children, welcome to our numeracy lesson today. This lesson was produced by Rwanda Education Board with support from UNICEF. My name is Teacher John. This lesson is from Primary 5 Mathematics for Rwandan Schools, and it is a continuation of Unit 3. Dear adults, we still appreciate your support during this radio learning program. Dear children, I hope you already have a notebook and a pen with you. For those who don't have them yet, you have a few seconds to pick them. Welcome back, dear children. Now, let us review what we learned in the previous numeracy lesson. Dear children, what did we learn in our previous numeracy lesson? Very good. In our previous numeracy lesson, remember we learned a primary 4 lesson from Unit 6 about subtracting units of length. We learned that the process of subtraction of length is exactly similar to subtraction of ordinary numbers. If the length involved in subtraction have the same unit, we subtract normally just like we subtract whole numbers. But if the units involved in subtraction are different, we first convert them into the same units of length before we subtract. But if the units involved in subtraction are different, we first convert them into the same units of length before we subtract. Friends, let us check the answers for the homework I gave you in our previous numeracy lesson. I asked you to subtract 1 hectometer minus 90 meters, and you were requested to give the answer in meters. We know that 1 hectometer equals 100 meters. Therefore, 1 hectometer minus 90 meters is the same as 100 meters minus 90 meters. And this equals to 10 meters. The second question was 3,000 meters minus 1 kilometer. And you were to give the answer in kilometers. As you can see, the units are different. Therefore, we first convert 3,000 meters to kilometers. And 3,000 meters to kilometers, they are equal to 3 kilometers. Therefore, 3,000 meters minus 1 kilometer is the same as 3 kilometers minus 1 kilometer. And this equals to 2 kilometers. Well done, friends, for all those who did the homework. It's always good to do homework. Good children do homework. In today's lesson, friends, we will learn about divisibility test for number 2. But first, let us have a break. We will be back shortly.
Come along and play with us.
Welcome back, dear children. Like I said before the break, in today's lesson, we will learn about divisibility tests. And particularly, we will learn about divisibility test for number 2. Particularly, we will learn about divisibility test for number 2. Dear friends, what do you understand by a divisibility test? What do you understand by a divisibility test? Very good. A divisibility test is a quick way to determine whether a whole number is divisible by another by just examining the digits. A divisibility test is a quick way to determine whether a whole number is divisible by another by just examining the digits. It is a rule that helps us to tell whether a whole number is divisible by a certain whole number before even performing the division itself. You can just look at the digits of a whole number and tell whether it is divisible by a certain number. Friends, remember, in today's lesson we are learning the divisibility test for number 2. That means we are learning how to tell that a certain whole number is divisible by 2 by just observing its digits. That means we are learning how to tell that a certain whole number is divisible by 2 by just looking at its digits. Now, children, I know you have always performed divisions by 2. Can you tell and write down the similarity of whole numbers divisible by 2? You have few seconds to do so. But first, let us try dividing the following numbers by 2. The numbers are 12, 15, 18, and 19. The numbers are 12, 15, 18, and 19. Can you try dividing each of those numbers? Which of the numbers can be divided by 2 and we get no remainder? Which of the numbers are divisible by 2? Very good. The numbers divisible by 2 from our list are 12 and 18. 15 and 19 are not divisible by 2. Now, friends, what do you notice about the last digits of the numbers from our list that are divisible by 2 compared to those that are not divisible by 2? Excellent. The last digit of each of the numbers 12 and 18, which are divisible by 2, is an even number. Can you see that? The last digit of each of the numbers 12 and 18, which are divisible by 2, is an even number. And the last digit of each of the numbers 15 and 19, which are not divisible by 2, is an odd number. And that qualifies to all whole numbers. So this brings us to our divisibility test for our number 2. Listen very carefully. The divisibility test for number 2 is: a number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is an even number. I repeat, a number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is an even number. Friends, can you list the digits which are even numbers? Do you remember even numbers? Can you list the digits which are even numbers? You have few seconds to do so. Very good. The list of digits which are even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 are the digits which are even numbers. And therefore, friends, all whole numbers which end with one of these digits, 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8, is divisible by 2. We will have examples after this short break.
Come along and play with us.
Welcome back, dear children. Let us have our first example. Is the number 214 divisible by 2? Example 1. Is the number 214 divisible by 2? Give a reason for your answer. What do you think, friends? You have few seconds to do so. Have you thought about it, friends? Well done. Is the number 214 divisible by 2? Yes, the number 214 is divisible by 2 because its last digit 4 is an even number. 214 has its last digit as 4, and 4 is an even number, and every number, considering our divisibility test for 2, every whole number that has its last digit as an even number is divisible by 2. Example 2. Test the following numbers if they are divisible by 2. The numbers are 456, in other words, 456 and 721. The numbers are 456 and 721. Very good. The last digit of 456, which is 6, is an even number. Therefore, 456 is divisible by 2. Friends, what do you think of 721? Very good. 721 is not divisible by 2 because its last digit is 1. And 1 is an odd number. And yet we know that for a number to be divisible by 2, its last digit should be an even number. Example 3. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 2? The list is 191, 920, 1634, and 2377. I repeat, the list is 191, 920, 1634, and lastly 2377. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 2? Very good. Like we already said, that a number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is an even number. The only numbers divisible by 2 are 920 because it ends with a 0, and 1634 because it ends, the last digit is a 4. Therefore, since their last digits are even numbers, 920 and 1634 are divisible by 2. Now friends, let us have a short break. When we come back, be ready to try out some questions on your own.
Come along and play with us.
Welcome back, dear children. Can you try this out on your own? Question 1. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 2? The numbers are 147, 1076, 99, and 138. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 2? I repeat, the numbers are 147, 1076, 99, and 138. You have few seconds to do so. Well done, friends. I hope you have finished. Let us check our answer. The numbers divisible by 2 from the list are 1076 and 138. Just because the last digits 6 and 8 respectively are even numbers. The numbers divisible by 2 from the list are 1076 and 138 because the last digits 6 and 8 respectively are even numbers. Question 2 is, test if the number 40,000 is divisible by 2. You have few seconds to do so. Test if the number 40,000 is divisible by 2. Well done, friends. The number 40,000 is divisible by 2 because the last digit is 0 and 0 is an even number. Well done, dear learners. Now, before we end our lesson, let us review what we have learned today. What have we learned today, friends? Very good. In today's lesson, we have learned about divisibility test for number 2. We have learned that a number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is an even number. A number is divisible by 2 if its last digit is an even number. For your homework, friends, which of the following numbers are divisible by 2? Give a reason for your answer. The numbers are 147, 298, 567, 600, 1002, and 169. The numbers are 147, 298, 567, 600, 1002, 169. That is it for today. Thank you for participating. Remember to join us for our next numeracy lesson. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, 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 teacher. Goodbye, children. See you next time. Goodbye, 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 teacher. Goodbye, children. See you next time.